exception because I was recording an extra episode of the Wrestling Escape Pods. That will drop on Saturday, and it's really fun. It's really, really fun. So really looking forward to people seeing that normally watch the Wrestling Escape Pods. But as I said, it did mean that this week is the week that we have just kind of had to start a bit later. But to be honest, the card tonight is not looking the strongest. We can go through it, though. We'll take a look at the cards, see what we've got lined up. So tonight we don't have, Jamie Hayter. There's no Bryan Danielson. There's a few names that are missing. Obviously, no FTR in action tonight either. There's no Kenny Omega. There's no Young Bucks. Just feels like there's some big names that just aren't around. We do have Orange Cassidy against Buddy Matthews. That's pretty standard to get an Orange Cassidy match. We've been starting a lot of Dynamites recently with an Orange Cassidy match. So we're starting with, I don't know if we're starting, but Orange Cassidy is going to be in action against Buddy Matthews. We've got Keith Lee taking on Chris Jericho. That could be fun. That's a bit of star power, in all fairness, having Chris Jericho around, so that could be all right. Swerve against Darby Allin. I actually don't know what Swerve is doing at the moment. So, again, I'm down for seeing that. So, Keith Lee, Chris Jericho. Swerve against Darby Allin. MJF on the show is welcome. Powerhouse Hobbs against Silas Young in a TNT Championship Open Challenge. Doesn't do anything for me, but there might be people that are excited by that. But as I said, doesn't really do anything for me, that one. Rio and Sky Blue against Ruby Soho and Tony Storm. And then we've also got Jon Moxley and Claudio taking on Brandon Cutler and Michael. When do we ever see Brandon Cutler and Michael Nakazawa in action? That feels like a dark match. Moxley and Claudio against Brandon Cutler and Michael Nakazawa. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hard, isn't it? It's really difficult. Last week, they stacked the show. I mean, there was a big announcement. We had the championship match. There was Jamie Hayter in action as well. There was just loads. Last week was just really, really stacked. Now, obviously, you can't do that every week. So, this is just going to be a bit of a come down from last week. But, we'll have to see how the ratings respond. It might be, it'll be very interesting, actually, because there's probably an argument that 800 and some thousand people watch this show, whatever you put on. So, this week, we might find that this week still gets 820 odd thousand. It might be that this week still does numbers not too dissimilar to what we got last week. Last week, I think, was 877 or something along those lines. It was 800 and high end. So this one might be 800 and low end, 810, 870. Could come in as a 780, something along those lines. But it is what it is. Alfie, shout out to you, says, how are you? How has your day been? My day's been all right, thank you. A little strange because on a Wednesday, I'm normally doing a few bits and bobs and a bit of behind the scenes stuff and of course AEW. Whereas tonight I actually started by doing the Wrestling Escape Pod. So it's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's me and Triple T playing a dating game and we go on these blind dates and you can see it all on screen. I'm really looking forward to people seeing it because there was some real fun stuff in there. So a little bit quirky, a little bit different. That's why we did it as a separate video, so that there was still a proper episode, wrestling focus, that came out yesterday. And then obviously we've got this one that's just been recorded. So a bit of a strange day, to be honest. So we've done that. Now here we are, focused on AEW, which starts in around about 11 minutes, which is so strange to start and not have an hour to, go through bits and bobs beforehand. So, yeah, bit of a weird one today. But, no, good. Feeling good. Hope you're well, Alfie. Tim said, legit, I thought Silas Young was the Butcher. I thought the Butcher was Silas Young when I saw him 3 years ago. Mitchell, hello, bird, shout out to you. Said, where is Jay White? 1 week after his debut, he's not advertised. What about FTR or Kenny Omega? Do you think they're having travel issues? Genuinely, I mean, I don't think they are. I don't think they are. I haven't heard that there's travel issues or anything. I mean, it's an interesting question, though, because we know that did affect Raw, but I mean, it's an exception, isn't it? Or at least you would think. One thing I will say is that this card has got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I suppose it's still got 7 things. Just felt a little bit lighter than what we normally get, but there's still 7 things on there. I'm just having a look on Fightful and just having a little read. They are saying that there is someone backstage tonight, but we don't know if they're going to be seen or not. So I don't want to say anything there, because if they are going to be seen, then I don't want to ruin it. But if they are not going to be seen, I'll tell you afterwards who it is. And many of you will know anyway. One of the big stories today, of course, this broke 7 hours ago on Fightful, but CM Punk wants to come back. So Fightful has reported numerous times on Punk saying that he's still got the wrestling bug. And so we've learned that Punk has communicated he wants to come back to AEW. Punk has laid out numerous scenarios in which he would return. Among those include a willingness to work with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. However, we've heard that as of a few months ago, Omega and Bucks weren't keen on that. So they're being the problem. Oh my God. Oh my God. So you've got CM Punk, who is willing to come back. Your ratings are stagnant. They're in the 800,000 mark. CM Punk will come back. He'll definitely boost those ratings. He's willing to come back. He's willing to work with Kenny. He's willing to work with Young Bucks. And apparently it's Omega and the Bucks, according to Fightful, that are not keen on doing that, not keen on working with him. I mean, what I would say is fine. I mean, fine. But as executive vice presidents, you might need to get out of your own way, because you've got someone there that's going to boost your ratings. And he is going to be, that could be the momentum you need as you build towards the Wembley show. And so, I mean, if you just absolutely hate him and you absolutely cannot work with him, then that's fine. But hopefully they're providing an alternative. So hopefully they're like, yes, bring him back, but do this instead. Because they need him. They need CM Punk. What with that Wembley show as well? They really need him. So that's interesting news that Omega and the Bucks aren't keen on that happening. We're not sure if that's changed, as AEW have progressed on landing new deals with them. Punk has expressed a willingness to return to All Elite Wrestling. There were some talent that had the belief, the rumor was that he could be showing up at the Saturday AEW show. But that's not anything AEW have confirmed. There are rumors, aren't there, of a show on Saturdays for AEW, which haven't been announced yet. And so they're just saying there that some of the talent have speculated that they might be saving CM Punk's return for the new Saturday show, which, if there is a Saturday show on the horizon that's not far away, does make sense, in all fairness. I mean, it does make sense. If you want to advertise a new Saturday night show and you really need people to check it out, then bringing CM Punk back on that show and having him do his promo on that show would make a lot of sense. So I can see the logic there. In addition, we're told that Punk has been open to working elsewhere. We're not sure if that means within the auspicious AEW, such as Ring of Honor or the likes of WWE or New Japan. Dax has been pushing for the idea of CMFTR versus the Elites for All In at Wembley. So that's what he wants. He wants CMFTR against the Elites, but we haven't heard if there's any progress on that. That would be a fun match, wouldn't it? That would be fun. CMFTR. So CM Punk and FTR against the Elites at Wembley. I mean, that would be fun, but I don't know that I would want to put all my eggs in that one basket, because you are putting CM Punk, Kenny Omega, FTR, Young Bucks all in one match. Whereas this card is going to need to have, it's going to need to be like stacked. If you put all of that talent in one match, what are you doing for the rest of the cards? Like, it feels like you need a CM Punk match, you need a Kenny Omega match, you need a Young Bucks match, you need an FTR match, and then all of a sudden you can start filling the cards out a little bit more, rather than just putting everything into one basket. But I don't know, that's interesting, if that's the right way forward or not. Interesting. Lots to get our teeth into there. Tony said, that kills Days' UFC Saturday night. Not really, bud, because, it depends how big that AEW show is. But I can't, unless it's going to be another, like, Dynamite. But even then, the numbers we do for Dynamite pale into insignificance compared to the streams we do on a Saturday night. So if they did a Saturday show, even if it was as big as Dynamite, I think we'd have to give it a miss, to be honest. Saturday night's just so competitive. You've got boxing, because obviously we're not far from Tank Davis against Garcia. Tyson Fury should be in action again. There's lots of fights that are coming up. So, you've got like all the Misfits boxing, like KSI, Jake Paul obviously announcing today is going to be facing Diaz and all of that. But not only that, you've got SummerSlam, you've got Money in the Bank, you've got all these big shows, UFC pay-per-views, like all of that stuff tends to go down on a Saturday. So them running another Dynamite on a Saturday, like, I don't know that strikes me as a good idea, to be honest. Saturday is super competitive. Do you know what would be better? Sunday would be better. Nothing on a Sunday. WWE used to run on a Sunday. Their premium live events, they don't do it anymore. So Sunday's just this day of nothing. Like, drop it on the Sunday. Why don't you do the Sunday? Maybe, I don't know, is it like a religious thing in America where you don't do anything on a Sunday? I have no idea. Well, no, that can't be the case, because WWE always used to do their shows on a Sunday, so it didn't bother them. So, yeah, Sunday I would think would be the better day. That's my 2 cents. Have you spoke about Jake Paul, Nate Diaz? Only briefly. I don't think it's a good fight, to be honest. I am disappointed that I can't do it, because it's actually on at the same time as SummerSlam, and we will be doing SummerSlam. So unfortunately, I can't do the Jake Paul fight. But I don't think it's a good fight. I don't think it's a good fight because, call me stupid, call me naive, but I did buy into the idea that he was genuinely trying to become a world champion, right? I didn't think he would get there. Not a single fiber in my body thought that he would be a world champion, but I did believe, watching him go from a YouTuber to a basketball star to a rubbish MMA striker to a decent MMA striker to doing a rematch against that striker and knocking him out to Anderson Silva to a professional boxer. Like, you can see the progression that Jake has been on. You can see that progression. But like, now he's going from Tommy Fury, a professional boxer, to Nate Diaz. So, but I don't get it. I just don't get it. And I don't understand why he's having an MMA fight as well. All of this stuff is just getting in the way of him improving his boxing ability. Now, I know that he's going to be training hard still, and it's still in boxing, and it doesn't matter if Nate Diaz is maybe not quite as, good a boxer as, Tommy Fury or someone else that they could go and find. And maybe they feel that this is just going to be a win for Jake and get him back, on the road again. I expect him to beat Nate Diaz. If you can beat Anderson Silva, if you can beat Tyron Woodley, then I believe that you can beat Nate Diaz in boxing. So, and he was competitive against Tommy. That was a close fight against Tommy. And Tommy trained, like a madman. He's a Fury. He's grown up doing boxing. I know that he's not the greatest boxer in the world, but he is a boxer. And I just sort of look at this Nate Diaz fight, and to me, this feels maybe like the first time where I'm not seeing that step up in quality now. I'm not seeing this as a bigger challenge for him. I really don't. I look at it and I think, well, I expect Jake to win. I think what it is it's a headline grabber. I think Nate Diaz is well respected. I think that Nate Diaz is known, like he's a good striker. He's a brawler. He's a trash talker. He's gonna talk a bit of trash. They're going to be able to build up the fight. He's a bit of a kind of he's a bad boy, man. He's cool. Nate is cool. And people really like him, and people will really want to see him beat Jake Paul. And I think for that reason, it's going to do good numbers. But for me, this has now stopped being him really pushing himself, trying to become a world champion, which he was never going to do. He was never going to become a world champion, but I can see the progression in quality in his opposition, in the people that he was facing. So I'm not personally like crazy about the fight. It is going to do numbers. Undeniably, it does numbers. But you know, him talking about facing KSI would be a sidestep, right? Him talking about facing Nate Diaz would be a sidestep. Him going into MMA to do an MMA fight would be a sidestep. None of these things are going to help him go on and kick on and become a world champion. So. Yeah, I was a bit disappointed. I was disappointed about the fact it's on at the same time as SummerSlam, and then I was disappointed that it just wasn't like, I don't know, the Tommy rematch. You know, rematch Tommy. Go up against Tommy again. You reckon you can beat Tommy? Do it. Show us. He was close last time. So go again. Tommy will do that match again. Go again. See what you can do and with the Tommy rematch. But the thing is, if he faces Nate, chances are by the end of the year he'll face KSI. And then I think it's next year. He's already said he's doing his MMA fight. He's basically taking 12 months out. That's what he's doing. He's taking 12 months away from his boxing career. So rather than rematching Tommy, which might happen in 12 months' time, we're doing all this other stuff instead, which is just to make a bit of money, grab a few headlines and whatever. It's frustrating. Jake really boxing against a washed MMA fight. The guy is a clown, says Calio. I want to make sure that have I got to all the super chats? Did I get to them? Did I? I did, Mitchell. Did Alfie? I think I did, yeah. Right, we've got Swerve. We are underway with AEW. Swerve making his way down. Looks like he has murdered Elmo, and for some reason is wearing his head on his own head. Fair play. Right, we've got Swerve against Darby Allin. Swerve and Darby Allin. Watson, hello. Shout out to you. Eric said, I got my SummerSlam tickets. Maybe I should make a Wrestling Days poster. Get confiscated for being too sexy, but it's probably not worth the risk. Godfather's host said, I love Trish's turn. She's got a big ham loaf that I can sink my teeth into. Sloppy goods. Sloppy goods. Coach Co said, in the pond, there's a little fish swimming around with a swish and a swish. While its scales all shiny and bright, it's a lovely sight. What a delight. Very powerful. Coach Co, shout out to you. Right, through the ropes goes Darby, collides into Swerve. This is, as I said, look, not the strongest card tonight, in my opinion. But this should be a fun match. I'm down for this. Darby goes to the outside, lands on top of Swerve. Swerve comes crashing down. And we've got these two on the outsides. This whole Punk situation is why current wrestlers shouldn't be EVPs of a company. James, I agree, mate. I agree. The one thing I will say is that I haven't heard their side of it, right? So I don't want to say too much. But if it is true that he wants to come back and they've got a problem with it, that's not good news. That's not good news for anyone. But as I said, like, if it's a case that they just cannot work with him, they just can't get past this, and that happens, you know, things happen in life where it's a real struggle to something happens and you just can't get over it or whatever, then, they should still be finding a way of bringing him back, as we said. There must be other people he can face. There must be a way forward. Has to be a way forward. But I don't know. I don't know what the truth is. I don't know what the truth is there. Hopefully it all gets sorted. I have no doubt he'll be at Wembley. No doubt. Into the barricade goes Swerve. Swerve's being chucked around the ringside area. Tonight we got Rio, we got Sky Blue, we got Ruby Soho, Tony Storm, Keith Lee against Chris Jericho. NXT did a record low rating of 528 last night, nearly falling into the 400s. Along with AEW, the shows are eroding viewers. Is it fatigue? I don't think it's fatigue. I think it comes down to if you put on a good product, you'll get viewers. I really genuinely don't believe that if you're putting on an unmissable product, a really good product, then I don't believe that people will not tune in. People want to watch something that's going to entertain them. People want to watch something that's going to grab them. And I think you can make the argument at the moment, with NXT. And I said this during the show, like, where's the really compelling stories? We said it yesterday. So during the stream. So I'm not saying anything I haven't already said. I'm not like just retrospectively now the rating has come in saying something for the sake of saying it. As the show was on, as we were doing the stream, we said how can you rock up every Tuesday to the same building with all your talent living in the local area? That talent is in and around that building all week anyway. Performance center, right? Training. You can do whatever you want with them. You can do any vignettes you want, right? You can build any set you want. I mean, they'll have a budget. Building any set ain't going to be that difficult. They can do what they want. I mean, they go to local bars and they film things. They've been in offices and they've filmed things. They've been around people's homes and they filmed things. Remember when we were at home with the Garganos? So, I mean, you've got all this time and all these options. Where's the really compelling stories? Where's the real in-depth, layered characters, bloodline stuff, Bray Wyatt stuff? Where's that, like, oh my God, I cannot wait for NXT? Like, where's that at the moment? I just don't think it's there. I'm not having a pop at NXT. I think it's doing all right. I think it's putting on, like, it's all right. But that's the problem, isn't it? In this day and age, all right just ain't going to cut it. Like, in this day and age where I can watch a movie that'll blow me. I could watch, like, the best Oscar winner of this year tonight if I wanted to. I ain't got to watch AEW. I could be watching whatever won best Oscar. I could watch the best film, apparently, on a streaming platform, I'm sure. In fact, I think that was on, like, Amazon Prime or something. So, I could watch All Along the Western Front, which I know was nominated, meant to be an amazing film. Could watch that tonight. This day and age, like, okay, just ain't gonna cut it, man. You got to knock it out of the park week after week, and that's a hard thing to do. It's a really, really hard thing to do. So I certainly am not having a pop because week after week after week of putting on, like, compelling content. This is why we keep coming back to it, man. But this is why the Bloodline story is just so incredible that it was able to captivate people and bring people back week after week after week after week after week. So good. I mean, I think actually the way to look at it is, maybe I'm looking at it slightly wrong. Rather than saying, like, why aren't they doing that? Maybe it should be that we just applaud the Bloodline for doing that. Because, the same argument has been made of AEW. Going into Revolution, where's their compelling stories? And we've been like, why can't they do Bloodline stuff? And I feel like they've got better since we've come out of Revolution. But I think, as we say the same thing about Raw. Raw, why can't they tell a great story like Bloodline? NXT, why can't they tell a great story like Bloodline? AEW, why can't they tell it? Perhaps I'm looking at it wrong. Perhaps it should just be that we go, do you know what? Bloodline was just such an exception. Well done. Well done, Bloodline. So yeah, I really wouldn't put it down to fatigue. I really wouldn't put it down to like too much wrestling. I really wouldn't. Both of these guys are in the ring. And Swerve in control. Swerve grabbing a hold of the arm of Darby, pulling the arm back. We've got MJF coming up later on in the show. Wrestle with Andy said, Days, would you move some main roster people to NXT in the draft? I'm always a bit worried about doing that, to be honest, because I'm not convinced it does anything to ratings. I mean, I remember when, like, New Day were there and Dolph was there and, you know, you had AJ popping in. Like, if you advertise a few big matches for next week's NXT, you'll bump the rating. There'll be a bump. But if you've got someone that's there week after week after week, doesn't tend to keep people around. Like, people will tune in for a one-off show, but they won't commit to watching every week. So I sort of feel like that's maybe not the right thing to do. If you're only doing it for ratings, I don't think it's the right thing. I think what you would do is you would do it because you've got nothing else for them. So, you know, like Apollo, we don't have anything for Apollo on the main roster. So let's see if we can come up with something new by putting him back in NXT. So, like, I think it would depend why you were doing it. I mean, if it's like, if I'm Shawn Michaels and I go up to Triple H and I'm like, have you got any plans for Dana Brooke? And he goes, no, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing for Dana. I'll be like, well, no, I'll have her. Give me Dana. I'll do something with Dana. I'm not doing it to boost my ratings. I'm doing it because I think I can get some out of her and I think she can make my show better. And I think I can tell a good story with her. And maybe I'll put her in a faction. And in all fairness, that's exactly what they must have done with Mandy Rose. Have you got anything for Mandy? No, I ain't got nothing for Mandy. Give me Mandy. I'll put a couple of girls with her. Toxic Attraction. And we'll try and do something with Mandy. Boom. Didn't do it for ratings. Didn't help ratings. I mean, I don't think the ratings we were getting when Mandy was champion for nearly 12 months or whatever are really drastically any different than where we've been this year. I mean, don't forget, she's been gone since Christmas. So I can't say that she did anything for ratings, but it was, you know, we did something with her. So would I move some people down? Yeah. If they need it and I can benefit from it, but I don't think I'd be moving people down thinking this is going to boost my ratings. Days, NXT has got scripts. What are you on about? Good point, buds. Great point. Noah coming in with the facts. Days, I thought your draft picks made a lot of sense. Up for most of them, says Aubrey Edwards. Appreciate it, buds. Darby biting the leg of Swerve. Yeah, I mean, what I would say about that video is we spoke about the Angelo Dawkins BFAB thing. We spent a bit of time going through that the other day. It's one of those, and it's one of those where there might be something in there where you go, yeah, that makes sense. All of it might make sense. None of it might make sense. But I think with those kind of videos, I just not bothered. Do you know what I mean? I don't take those kind of things seriously because it's like, what would you do? Well, this is what I would do. This is what I'd be thinking of doing. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, does it? I'm not bothered. Like, this is what I would do. This is why I would do it. I don't expect it to happen. So why cry about it? So, yeah, I think we'll look to do more of those kind of videos, to be honest. I think it seemed to get a good reception. So, Darby ducking underneath. They're giving this match time, aren't they? Crowd are a bit quiet, but then saying that, I think we might have been to a commercial break. Swerve going over, and we got Jungle Boy watching. Over goes Darby Allin. Obviously, we got the story at the moment where Jungle Boy, Darby, Sammy, they're all trying to prove that they are worthy of being number one contender. Someone told me the former 3-time WWE champion is supposed to be at AEW tonight. Is that true? Apparently there is someone backstage. So, but we don't know if we're going to be seeing them or not. Big Time said, with NXT is the flaws presenting so many new names all at once and national TV expecting the audience to be grabbed by it. Yeah, but I think that was a problem when we started NXT 2.0. But I think a lot of these talents have been shown on TV for a while now. I think you're always going to have a problem with NXT, not having star power because it's the stars of tomorrow. So NXT is never going to get the ratings of Raw and SmackDown unless you are promoting the stars of the same level. I mean, NXT, for example, does not have a WrestleMania. It does not have a Royal Rumble. It does not have those kinds of showcases. When Ariel Helwani is doing interviews, he wants Roman. He wants Becky. We're not seeing him interview Carmelo. So, it's really... Oof. Reverse Hurricanrana. A reverse Rana to the outside by Darby. Swerve gets dumped on his head on the outside. Swerve getting chucked back into the ring. Darby climbing up. Darby comes crashing down. So we got a reverse Rana. 1, 2. Has his wrestling boot come off? Is that his sock or is that his boot? Has Swerve's boot come off? I don't even know if that's his boot or if he's just got a sock. Brian Cage has come out as Darby is making his way up the entrance ramp. Darby about to go back. Kick to the side of the heads. Yeah, that's not his boot, is it? His boot's come off somewhere. He's wrestling in one boot and a sock. Swerve. Double stomp there by Swerve, and he grabs a hold of his leg. He's 1, 2. Shoulder up by Darby. Shoulder up by Darby. Swerve on his knees, screaming out. I really try. I just can't get into AEW. Great matches, but they just don't mean anything. Darby took his boot off, said Rare Breeds. Well, where did it go? Can't he pop it back on? Has he gone to get it? Darby is down. The world we're living in, Darby has got a foot fetish, says Elfie. Days, are you excited about the upcoming Brock Gunther match that's in the works? Maybe SummerSlam, said Christopher. I will... I mean, am I excited for it? I don't know. I don't know how we get there, to be honest. I mean, right now, Brock's a heel. Gunther's a heel. So I don't know how we get there. And I don't want Gunther losing, to be honest. Why would Brock go after Gunther right now? Why would Brock care about the Intercontinental Champion? Why would he care about Gunther? Don't know. Here's MJF. I think Brock Gunther is an amazing match, but right now it just doesn't make much sense to me. Like, do it in 2 years. MJF coming up. MJF has gone stale, said A1. Why is MJF dressed like The Miz? Do you think AEW should go back to using the ranking system? If not, maybe NXT could use it. Thoughts, said Michael. I like the ranking system. I like the ranking idea. AEW never used it very well, in my opinion. We never, when do they ever show the ranking system? When do they ever have that, like, on screen or anything, They used to do it a fair bit at the start. I think as well, like, if you're going to do it, you've got to really do it. You've got to really commit to it. It's got to be a case that it's shown several times throughout the show. It's got to be that every match, at least references it. Where are the women in the rankings? Where are the guys in the rankings? If someone wins, where do they move to? What does that mean? It would have to be that the participants for the casino battle royals are decided by their position in the rankings, which makes the rankings important. People going into battle royals decided by the rankings, which makes the rankings important. You'd have to keep reinforcing the ranking system. There's a reason as to why we don't see it in WWE, because if you do it and you do it right, it's such a commitment. Such a commitment. I like it. Feels very sporty, but it's such a big commitment that I can understand why. I mean, you either do it right or you don't do it at all. WWE haven't done it at all. And AEW gave it a little go, and then I think they realized how big it is, right? And also how just difficult it is, because if you want to do a match and someone is well out of the rankings, you've got to get a load of wins together for them. And you can see what's happening in Mile Off then. If Sky Blue starts going on a mental quick win streak, right, then you'll soon figure out, they're trying to get her into the rankings so that she can be in the Battle Royal. Or they're trying to get her into the rankings so that she can be a challenger, or she can get into the Fatal 4-Way or whatever. I think actually the way that the rankings would sort of lead the stories, if that makes sense, rather than the other way round. I think you would have to just naturally, I think the way that you book would change if you had a ranking system. Because I think that what you would be doing is you would have to constantly be looking, and that'd be so hard to do. Because if you're booking, say, a month down the road, you're going to need to know what the rankings look like in a month's time, which means every result that has happened over the past month is going to affect the rankings. So if you want to plan out now what your main event for Wembley is going to be, you're going to need to know if the rankings are going to be in the right place in order to warrant the matches that you want to do. So hard. So hard. So hard. To be honest, I the benefit that you get from it probably ain't going to be worth it. Is probably the truth. Right, we've got MJF in the ring then. So Darby Allin picked up the victory. We've got MJF in the ring. Let's see what he's going to be saying with Darby Allin. Darby, Darby, Darby. I'll give you credit where it's due. That was an incredible match. There's a sign that says, "Shut up, MJF, you dingus." Lol. Inspirational that your daddy Sting wasn't out here. Full Gear 2021, me and you had one of the greatest matches in the history of this business. Calls him an emo schmuck. But there are a lot of unnecessary. I don't think rankings lend themselves to pro wrestling very well. A lot of unnecessary obstacles put in the way of booking compelling stories. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, I like them because I like the fact that it makes it feel a bit more like a sport, and anything that makes wrestling feel a little more sporty, more credible, I will always lean in that direction. But I completely agree. I think that from a booking point of view, it's a flipping nightmare. Nightmare. You want to do you got plans for who's going to win Money in the Bank or something in WWE. Now you can just go, right, we'll have them, and this is how we'll get there. With rankings, to be honest, you'd have to just follow the rankings. As each week went by, you'd have to look at the rankings and do that would dictate a lot of your booking. Okay, Darby. Darby asking MJF if he's happy. Has anything you've done in your life made you happy? It's a good question, isn't it? Has anything you've done in your life made you happy? You're champion, nothing's changed. I thought that when I made it to national television, I would love my life, said Darby. In his first year in AEW, he checked himself into therapy. With the money I made from AEW, I bought my parents a house, said Darby. It's cool. Sting's not my dad. He's just my best friend in this whole entire company. I find this very compelling. I'm not like you. I do believe that. These two couldn't be more different, could they? You got something to say? Keep talking. Darby chants. Yeah, I think the crowd like that. I like that. I like that from Darby. Talking about not being about the material things, giving back. You really think you're special? I'm so sick of hearing of people moaning about my morals. You stand here like a daredevil. I think you're a coward. I've got the balls to sacrifice. This has always been my problem with MJF, is that he comes out with some killer lines and he's a great talker, but I just feel like it takes him so long to get to his point. As long as this belt comes with me, that's all that matters. Aubrey said, rankings would work if you take the spot of someone you beat, rank by belt division, take the spot above you, take the place, move up, then you still have number one contenders. Yeah, but if you want to, as I said, if you want to book SummerSlam right now, you're going to have to book every match leading up to that, because every match on Raw, SmackDown is going to impact the rankings. I mean, God, I wouldn't even include house shows, to be honest. I wouldn't even include house shows. But everything on Raw and SmackDown is going to affect the rankings. So in order for you to get the people you want, you're going to need to know all their wins and losses before SummerSlam. So even just to book SummerSlam, you need to know all the wins and losses beforehand to know that the person you want is going to be a number one contender. Tricky. I think undeniably tricky. But maybe with like a computer algorithm or so, you could make it work where you just punch in what you want and it spits out, this is how we get there. But yeah, what we need is Chat GPT. That's what we need. I want to do this match at SummerSlam. How do I get there? Okay, well, you have this person go up against this. They beat them. That does that to the rankings. That person goes against them. That does that to the rankings. They then... It's like a Rubik's Cube. But if it worked, if the software worked and it all came together, like it'd be beautiful. And then, of course, what would happen is someone would get injured. Someone would, need some personal time away. Someone would get married. You'd then have to go back to the computer, put in a new calculation. Here's Sting. It's Sting. I don't see myself as a daycare kind of a guy, said Sting. I see myself as a cheerleader. The hell are we watching? He's just going into his thing. He's just got pom-poms. He's just throwing pom-poms at MJF. I don't know what's happening. He's got 4 pom-poms. We've got a pom-pom chant. Pom-poms, pom-pom. I think Darby's sat in the corner going, oh my God, man. Someone needs to give him his meds. Stop talking about this Cody daycare stuff. I said Cody and the truth hurts. And he's talking about how his support system was Ric Flair. Now we've got Woo him. Thank you, Rick, for putting me on the map. Nature boy. Oh, he'll love that. He'll love that. Oh, Ric Flair, won't he? All of a sudden, AEW just became Ric Flair's favorite promotion. I don't know what this is. What is this? I've still got a little Joker left in me. This is a fun side of Sting, definitely. I just realised Darby's a cross between Crow and Surfer Sting. I'd love to see Surfer Sting just once. One more time. One more time. Surfer Sting, one more time. My showtime's almost over, but showtime is just starting for this young man. Mark my words, Darby Allin will become AEW's world champion. Joker Sting was great. So this is Darby Allin's segment. I'm guessing we'll do the same for Jungle Boy maybe next week. We'll do the same for Sammy Guevara. You know, where they get like a good 10, 15 minutes with... Maybe we've already done one. I can't remember. I feel like... Didn't Sammy say a few words the other week and it was a bit rubbish? Powerhouse Hobbs coming up next. Someone tell Sting this isn't TNA, said Tim. Ric Flair's at home wooing his TV is, yeah? Right now he's elbow dropping the carpet. Woo! Styling and profiling. He's loving it. He is loving it. 420 Benton said, an amazing 35 minutes. Watson said, are we heading for an MJF versus Sting retirement match? Joker Sting was better than WWE Sting, right? Because, Triple H beat him at WrestleMania and you loved it. Hello, Austin. How are you? Hashtag 1,000 days Roman. Do you know what? Surfer Sting was better. Joker Sting. Joker Sting had moments. WWE Sting had moments. I love that Survivor Series 2014. It's one of my favorite ever WWE moments ever. That it's so good. I might even go back and watch it again tonight. But Dolph being in the ring, and then is about to get beaten. Team Authority about to win. And then all of a sudden, on the screen, that light just swings across. You just see the briefest of Sting's face. Just enough so that he's coming, and that's it. And then out he steps, and oh my God. Sting being in a WWE arena, head into a WWE ring. It's such a goated moment. It's amazing. The Nature Boy is on the Stairmaster, getting ready for one more match. Yes. Jack said Triple H beat Stone Cold too, so I think it was a setup. Heather said Sammy has got zero chance of winning. He's got more heat with the fans than MJF does. Why, Heather? I mean, I'll be honest. I don't like Ty Conti. I don't like her. I don't know what it is about her. I just don't like her. I think she is... I mean, even when she was... was she ever face? I don't know. I've just never liked her. And then when she got with, Sammy, and they became, that kind of couple, I can't even remember if they were trying to make them faces, but I've just never liked her. I've never liked her. I've liked Sammy. But as soon as he got with her, that was it then. I didn't like him then. I don't know. There's something about it. I just really don't like her. It's bad, isn't it? It's bad. I don't know why. That's why I'm interested to know why Sammy's got such heat. Because that's what it is for me. I don't know if he's done anything else. I know, he proposed to Pam. But, look, these things happen. Relationships end. Maybe if he'd got together with someone else, it wouldn't bother me. So I can't say it's that. I can't say that he proposed to Pam and then he didn't get with Pam in the end and he got with Ty Conti. I just really don't like Ty Conti. Never got the love for Ty on Twitter. I've not seen any love for Ty on Twitter, to be honest, but then I don't go looking for it. UK and Ireland have bid for Euro 2028. Go, James. Come on. It's that time. Ty was faced when she was unofficially part of the Dark Order, says Jim. Thank you, Jim. I didn't like her then. At no point have I liked her in AEW. Even when she was in WWE NXT, she was a lot quieter then, and they were trying to... I remember liking her at the start because she was presented as a mixed martial artist. So she had a gi on and a black belt. I can't remember what she's a black belt in. I feel like she's a black belt, maybe jiu-jitsu. Don't know, can't remember. But they tried to present her as being and I was like, okay, I'm kind of into this. But she didn't really have much in the way of personality, and they ended up letting her go. And then really, as soon as she came into AEW, I don't know, it's just something about her, man. You just don't like someone. The girl in QTV looks like my doctor. Oh, well, here she is. Your doctor looks like that. Damn, where's your doctors? Here's Powerhouse taking on Silas Young. 1, 2. Oh, he's one. Wasn't that that was one of our big things. One of our big previews for tonight was this match, and it's done. Oh, well, if you are a fan of Silas Young, He rubbish. He rubbish. He lost. It's done. They're out of there. What are they doing with Silas Young? They've grabbed him. Where are they going? He's the last real man, apparently. Right, we've got, is that Wardlow? Hey, Hobbs. He's beating up on some ugly-looking car. What does that say? Monster written on the side. Right, well, he's trashed this vehicle. Loves it. Right, he's battered it. He's broken the lights. Silas Young is surprisingly really good. He should have lasted 5 minutes, said Jeremy. Okay, well, he's put that in the window now. There's a forklift. Can't they run to the back and, like, stop this from happening? They're just watching it on the screen. You might still be able to save the car. That's gone through the... that's gone through the side. He's going to try and pick it up now. Is it going to pick up? I'm more interested to see... Where are they? Has it gone... Put it underneath. He's managed to get it up. Is it going to flip? Is it going to flip? Oh, yay! Car's upside down. Do you remember when Wardlow was over like crazy? Oh, that's pretty cool. Jumps out the forklift. Forklift just crashes into the car. So now he's going to put Silas Young through the table. Why is he doing that? And now someone else is interrupting. What the flip's going on, man? He's just had his car trashed. He should be gutted. Shouldn't be like saying he's about to do a powerbomb symphony. Forklift goes alone. The forklift went solo, yeah. Mitchell said, yeah, Wardlow remembered the bat. He didn't have to break it with his hands. Who said Goldberg didn't teach us anything? Oh, man, he got proper messed up from that, didn't he? Proper messed up from doing that. Right, people are coming out there separating these two. Is that Aaron Solo that was on the back of Wardlow? No respect for Silas tonight. Daze didn't even get his name right. It's gone, mate. I didn't even get a chance to get his name right. There wasn't even enough time to get his name right or wrong. Did he mean to let the forklift roll off on his own? I don't know. It looked cool when he did, though. Who set up the two tables? Don't know, but he only went through one of them. That other table's fine. That other table lives to fight another day. Right. Poor table. Aaron Solo, a.k.a. Bailey's ex, said Corvids. Vince booked this. I'm done. Hashtag fire Vince. Hashtag fire Vince. There is going to be a war. Right, we're 43 minutes in. Okay, they're talking about Switchblade arriving last week. Just having a look at Bullet Club footage. So have we got Bullet Club in? I don't understand. So, is Jay White and Juice Robinson representing Bullet Club in AEW permanently? Is Juice here permanently? This is going to be the greatest era. We are taking over AEW. Bullet Club Gold. So is that a new faction? Bullet Club Gold. That's what they're going to be like representing. So you've got the Elite, and you've got Blackpool Combat Club, and you've got Bullet Club Gold. That feels quite interesting. Bullet Club Gold brand cigarettes. What do you smoke? I smoke Bullet Club Gold. Beautiful. I can feel the life slipping away. Let's go. OC time. Lame. It's like NWO Wolfpack, says Tommy. Well, it is like that, yes. It is like that. Bullet Club Gold. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Here's Buddy Matthews. Buddy Matthews taking on Orange Cassidy. Bullet Club Gold is like a QVC pyramid scheme. Okay. Amazon Prime, Bullet Club Gold. If you do sign up for Bullet Club Gold, you do get free delivery. So, just worth thinking about. You know, depends how much you are going to use Bullet Club. If you are going to use Bullet Club a lot, it's probably worth going for the gold membership. House of Black is a killer group, says Luke. Even in WWE, you've got Bullet Club. Gallows and Anderson never left Bullet Club. WWE just can't use the name Bullet Club, said LT. Yeah, but you don't have Bullet Club then, do you? If you can't call them Bullet Club and they can't wear things that are Bullet Club, then they're not Bullet Club because you can't say Bullet Club. It's they're the OC, aren't they? Sounds like a male enhancement pill. Bullet Club Gold. Them extra special nights. Ah, look at that little kid. Ah. Little Orange Cassidy in the entranceway. He does connect with the kids very well, doesn't he? He does connect with the kids very well. Who else forgot about Gallows and Anderson in WWE? I did, actually. We haven't seen them around because I think of AJ Styles' injury. I think that's probably kept them away. AEW International Championship. Days, the blonde is Harley Cameron. She did a music video with Scarlett and Shotzi, and she's a wrestler. I have no idea what music video you're on about, but I have not seen a music video with Scarlett and Shotzi. But lovely. Omega and White were the high points. AEW has got such pretty titles, says Jono. Yes, New Japan's letting them use the name. You gotta love it, said Heather. Live August 27th. On sale May 5th. I need to put this in my calendar, actually. I've started to use a calendar now to try and... There's so much stuff going on in the world. I need a calendar to keep tabs of everything, keep track of what's going on when. So, what did they say? August 27th. Is that a Sunday? Is that a Sunday? Where's my phone? Why haven't I got a phone? Where's my phone gone? Okay. Well, that's interesting. Well, I have no idea where my phone has gone. I mean, it's literally just not here. Okay. That's quite the development. I mean, not that anyone's trying to contact me. That's not happening. But, I mean, I legit just don't have my phone. I have no idea where that's gone. Right, hang on. AEW Wembley. Is that Sunday? I hate losing my phone, says Mitchell. I never lose my phone. I mean, I never lose. It is always with me. Because I always use it for making thumbnails, checking Twitter. Like, I would say 90-odd% of what I do is on my phone. Short of streaming, pretty much use my phone for everything. So it not being around is like, it's like losing a limb. Right, hang on. What I wanted to know is what day this is. It is on a Sunday. Sunday, August 27th. That is so good. I am so grateful that they've gone on a Sunday there. I'm going to put it in my diary. AEW All In Wembley. Let's go. Let's go. In my diary now, guys. Fun fact, that's the day after Misfits Boxing 10. Just in case you wanted to know. I borrowed your phone because I'm a bad boy like Joey Janela, says Tim. Okay, fair play. Fair play. Right, we've got Orange Cassidy on the outsides. Don't lie, you've got tons of chick heads calling. Well, I haven't lost it. I've actually hid it. Put it underneath a couple of pillars because, I mean, it just does not stop ringing. Just, oh my God, constant. Right, we've got Buddy Matthews on the outside of the ring. Orange Cassidy, I'm thinking we're probably at commercial break because we've got a little lull in the action. SummerSlam and UFC 287 are on the same night. Which one are you doing? Doing SummerSlam. Isn't it SummerSlam and Jake Paul that's on the same night? Is it SummerSlam, Jake Paul, and UFC 287? 287's... Wasn't that the just gone? 287. 289 is Nunes and Pena. I don't know. I've only just started putting stuff into my thing today, so I haven't actually got that many dates in there yet. What would you go to All In if you could? How would that work? I mean, I can go. I mean, I'm pretty certain there'll be tickets. So, I mean, I can go, but, like, I want to stream it. So, like, if I wasn't a YouTuber and I didn't do streaming, would I go with friends then? Yeah, I'd go. If I wasn't, like, having to, like, do the stream, yeah, why not? 30. Apparently you can get tickets. They're in the nosebleeds, but 30 quid. Don't know how much it would be to get there on a train, but if I got a train from I'll have a look. I'll have a look. Train ticket. Let's see how much it would cost me to get from Telford's to Wembley. Accept cookies, tours, train line. Oh, I don't want that. Network. Do I want Network Rail? National Rail? God, I haven't bought a train ticket in ages. Train tickets. How do you buy a train ticket these days? National Rail? Yeah, that's the one. National Rail. Okay, that's all right. We're getting there. Been a while. Wembley. When do I want to go? August, don't I? August 27th. I go August 27th. Just out of I can't go that far in the future. Okay, well, let's say June 27th. It'll probably be about the same, won't it? I need to come back as well on the same day. I need to come back as late as possible. Let's say about 11. Yeah, it's looking good. All right, I'm going to do a little search. It's just a bit of interest. Okay, I can leave at 6 o'clock in the morning and get at Wembley for 9:20 in the morning. So it takes 3 hours 19. I mean, that's not great, is it? 3 hours 19, but that's not, 3 hours 19. Oh, I can get one here. That leaves at 25 past 7, gets at Wembley at 10 a.m. That one actually takes just over 2.5 hours. And comes back. Yeah, it's going to be quite expensive, Oof. If I go at 6 o'clock in the morning and then get a midnight train back, that is going to cost me £150 on the train. £150 return to get from Telford to Wembley and then back again. £150. And then you've got, I don't know, say you spend £50 on the tickets, that's £200. Then you're going to need drinks and food, say that's another 50 quid. 250 quid. 250 quid to go. It's a lot of money, that is. I mean, maybe I'd just drive. But the thing is, when you go, you wanna have a drink, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Sometimes flights are cheaper. What, to fly from Telford to Wembley? How do you watch AEW in the UK? It's on Fight TV. Right now, we've got both guys on the outside of the ring. So they're both on the outside. Referee is counting away. Yeah, it's quite steep, that is. That's quite steep. I think a couple of £100 I'd be willing to spend. All in. Ticket, getting there, getting back, drinks, everything. This looks like it's probably going to come in about $250. It's just a bit over what I would want to spend. Don't know. Perhaps you could find a bit of a bargain closer to the time, maybe. Don't know. Can't wait for SummerSlam. It's going to be the biggest show besides Mania, said Bryson. Big Time said, did you hear WWE is currently in a hiring freeze that prevents names like Nick Aldis, Tama Tonga, Brian Cage, Jay White from signing? I didn't hear that, but I sort of presumed that. We said, like, now Vince has come back. We just haven't been seeing it. I mean, if you think last year we were getting Emma, Karrion Kross, Braun Strowman, Hit Row, we were getting all these people, and then really, like, it just sort of stopped, didn't it? Sort of stopped earlier this year. Just haven't had anything. And like, obviously then Vince came back, and now we've had news of the sale, so. Right, Buddy is standing on Orange Cassidy's hand. And Buddy is in the ring. Julia watching on from the outside. Kick coming in by Buddy. And again, he's doing the soft kicks. Good evening. Just joined from Rhode Island. Anna, shout out to you. Orange Cassidy putting his hands in his pockets. We are at the halfway point. Knee strike there by Buddy as Orange goes down. Buddy picking up Orange Cassidy. He reverses it into a stun dog. Orange Cassidy trying to get back into this as Buddy is back in the corner. Still to come tonight, Rio, Sky Blue against Ruby Soho and Tony Storm. Big boot there by Buddy. We've also got Keith Lee against... Oof, big shot there by Orange Cassidy. Keith Lee against Chris Jericho. Still to come tonight. Days, will you still stream when you are Vince's age? I'll probably be dead by the time I'm Vince's age, but... Right, we've got Orange up on the shoulders of Buddy. We're over in the corner. Buddy's got Orange Cassidy. Up, Orange Cassidy reverses into a DDT. And Buddy rolls out the ring. Orange Cassidy, suicide dive. DDT on the outside. Julia Hart watching on. She can't believe it. Orange Cassidy is perched up top. Oh my God, another DDT. 3 DDTs in a row. 1, 2. Kick out by Buddy. We are lucky to have good WWE shows like WrestleMania, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, and Rumble, said Bryson. Killer Shock said, don't say that. Vince is old. Do you know what I mean? If I get even close to that age, that'll be... Isn't he like in his late 70s? Nice. I'm only 21. Do you know what I mean? If I get even to 71, that's another 50 years. Punch there by... big knee strike there by Buddy. Looking for... Oh, roll through. Looked like he was going for the Riptide, Buddy, which is kind of fun, isn't it? Orange punch connects. 1, 2. Shoulder up. What happened to the guy with the tattoos on his face? The guy with the tattoos on his face. I can't remember a guy with a tattoo on his face. I can't remember a guy with the tattoos on his face. Nikishi. This match is picking up now, said Mitchell. Austin said, I'm already 102 years old. Is that why you keep forgetting that I said Roman would win at WrestleMania? Is it your age? Orange goes down to his knees. Buddy is with Rhea, who looks like Pete Dunne, so that means he's a huge fan of the Brawling Brutes. Orange Cassidy slumps down. Against the ropes goes Buddy. Oh, Orange was playing possum. Cub connects. 1, 2. Kick out. Orange Cassidy survives a curb. Reversed by Orange Cassidy. 1, 2, 3. Orange Cassidy gets crucifix pin. Picks up the victory. Orange Cassidy beats Buddy Matthews. LFG, let's go. We all know you went with Cody like a jobber, said Austin. Killer Shock said, I'm 69. FFS says 420 Brenton. Dad joke, what wrestling faction is a banana, an apple, and a coconut called? Give up the falling fruits. Mitchell said, halftime score, hit the music. I'm 675. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Halftime scores, everybody. It's the halftime scores. I really want to know your halftime scores. Put it in the chat. Halftime scores, everybody. It's the halftime scores. Are you happy? It's the halftime scores. Are you happy or you sad? Halftime scores, everybody. It's the halftime scores. I should get that recorded. If I got it recorded, I could just press play then. Just sit here like this. We've got a cool little thing for Luchasaurus. Some things have changed, says Christian. It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So we were in a room, brickwork, red lights, and, you've got, like, Luchasaurus in the shadows and everything. And then you got Christian just turn into camera saying some things have changed. It's nice. That's nice. That's nice. I like that. I like that. Alfie said 8.5. Killer Shot said 6.6. Eric said 7. Loopy Girl said 8. Trent said 0.9 out of 100. Trent, what did you enjoy? You're 0.9 out of 100. What? Why was it not a 0? What is it that moved it to a 0.9? That's my question. Halftime score 675, said Austin. What happened to Vincent and Dutch? They're in Ring of Honor, aren't they? Tahil said 7.5. That's awesome, said let him in. Inside Out and Again said 675. The super chat move will be crypto, said Jax. Days, I was attending a SmackDown show in Tucson. It was around SummerSlam time. At the end of the show, all the wrestlers came out. It was Vince's... I don't know, what's that, birthday? Birthday, maybe? I've not heard of that happening before, but that's fun if so. Not signing anyone is kind of obvious when you're in the process of selling the company, said James. William said 3. Legend Killer said 6.5. Boomers said Vincent out of 5. They are in Ring of Honor. They're back. They're not in WWE. Big Time said 6. He looks like a mixture of Kane and the Ascension, says Mitchell. 6.5 said Legend Killer. Vincent, Kennedy McMahon, and Dutch Mantel are going to join Wyatt 6. Mitchell said, what's your halftime score? Probably the same as you guys. Probably around like a 6 point summit. Orange Cassidy matches just don't do it for me. I didn't mind the Darby Allin stuff. The only thing I would say is like Sting grabbing a hold of MJF and manhandling him, and MJF just sort of taking it. Like, you just wouldn't see that with Roman. I know that MJF and Roman are very different, but like Sting doing the pom-pom things was a bit weird. And then like him grabbing, like putting his arm around MJF and MJF just sort of going with it. Not like pushing him and lashing out or like, do you know what I mean? I don't know, like there was just a few things that I was watching there and I was like, oh, I would change that. I'd tweak this. Oh, I'm not sure about that. MJF takes a while to get to his point. But overall, it was still a segment that was worth watching and a segment that wrestling fans can have a conversation about, which I really appreciate. You know, he easily could have just gone to a match that no one cared about. So, yeah, there's a bit of something in that promo. And Swerve and Darby was all right. The Wardlow stuff. I mean, smashing the car was fun. But pretty much anything outside of that was a bit silly. About 6.5. About 6.5. Right. So they're best friends talking about Aussie Open being the IWGP tag champs. So best friends issuing a challenge to Aussie Open. Ethan Page in the ring. Listen up. Ethan Page. And the firm have had a bit of a rough patch. Okay, so Ethan Page, I don't know where we're going with this. He's not been able to tan. He's not been able to get his hair cut. This is how it's going to go down. I need answers. I need answers. I need answers right now. Okay, here's Matt Hardy. Here's Isaiah Cassidy. Matt's doing the delete thing. Delete. Gotta read the fine print. You're the biggest hole of the ass I have ever met in my life. If Hook beat you, then Matt Hardy and Private Party are no longer under the... I don't know what the word he used. Under the control of the firm, basically. I remember when he gained all that weight and he was called Fart Hard, he said to him, Grayson Waller can't hold a candle to Ethan Page in any regard. Dude has had 250 matches, whilst Ethan Page has had over 1,100, said Corvids. Big Bill, Lee Moriarty come racing down. Isaiah is down. Hardy down. Can someone make a save? Maybe. Rumors are there's someone backstage that could make a save. Not the person I was expecting, to be honest. It's Hook, send Hook! Tell me again, why the hell did Private Party join Matt Hardy again? Like, they were going nowhere with him. Hook with some shots to Big Bill. Big Bill. Grabbing Hook. Has he got like a lollipop in his mouth? Now Hook's being beaten up. Too many men. We need someone else. Let's go! Let's go! Jeff Hardy is back, baby! Yes! Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. He's come down with the chair. Bang! Twist of fate. Yeah! Jeff is back, baby! Jeff taking off his shirt. He's climbing up. Does look good. Oh, and a swanton. Yeah. He's got a great chair and he embraces Matt in the ring. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Gunt Goblin, shout out to you, buds. I got interested in AEW and UFC. Just want to say thank you. Gunt Goblin, shout out to you, man. That's really kind. Glad that you found and discovered a few things maybe you didn't know or before or watched before. Oh, God. No way. I never saw that. I never saw that. Wow. Did you see that wound on his head? Don Callis' head? Man, that was sick. Was that on? I've never seen that clip before. They were like, I feel like I just saw his flipping brain. Welcome back, Chance. How long's Jeff been away for? Da-na-na. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, what's this? On June 13th, Hardy was arrested. So June 13th. Have we not seen him since June? Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. June, apparently. 8 months. Wow. Da-na-na. Felt big. Great moment. I want to do a quick video on it. It's going to be the talk of the town, innit? Talk of the town. Your AEW is a bit delayed. Like I said before with SmackDown, don't know, but some have said before when I said it old. Yeah, there's not much I can do, to be honest, because YouTube put a delay on things as well, so it's not even like me. It's a delay that's put on by YouTube, and then like I think it is just a bit slower watching it through the internet than through like TV. Da-na-na. Right, let's go. Let's go, baby. So, big breaking news coming from AEW, and that is that Jeff Hardy is back. He is back. We haven't seen Jeff going back till like June of last year. Obviously, he's been dealing with a lot of health and legal issues, and he's been suspended as a result. But as we said, it's been a long time. Been waiting to see when he would return. And actually, Matt Hardy not long ago said that we were close to it. Well, Matt was in a bit of trouble. He needed some help tonight. Hook would come down. He would get into some trouble. And we needed a bit more help. And down came Jeff Hardy. And real cool moments where Jeff Hardy botched it. That graphic's not changed. Oh, needed it to change. Ignore that. I didn't like that picture either, to be honest. Is that that's the picture I wanted? What's this picture then? Yeah, you see that picture's not that sharp, is it? Even as I was talking, then I was like, it doesn't even look like that sharp of an image. Have I not got a sharper image? At the moment, we've got Blackpool Combat Club coming down. So you're not missing anything. Let me find a better image. That a better image? None of these are that sharp, are they, in all fairness? Is that better? Yeah, I don't love any of these screenshots, to be honest. That at least captures him coming down, but even that's not a great image. I'll run with it. Big breaking news coming out of AEW, and it is that Jeff Hardy has returned. This is pretty big news. Of course, Jeff Hardy hasn't been around for quite a while. Back in June of last year, he was caught driving with like a suspended license, and they gave him a breathalyzer and all this kind of stuff. It resulted in him being suspended and obviously like going and getting help. And so it's been a long road. I mean, obviously we know about his personal demons, and but he's back. I mean, he's back. Look, he came racing down with a chair. Real great moment where in ring he embraces his brother. Matt actually said that Jeff was not too far away from returning. So there had been rumors that he was backstage tonight. But this is a great lift. This is a good pickup and a great time as well, what with that Wembley show just on the horizon. So, yeah, very, very cool moment. Jeff Hardy is back in AEW. I don't love either of those pictures. I think both of them look a bit off. Don't know why. I'll have to have a look at that. See if I can change my settings, maybe. Right, we're underway anyway with this. How long have we got? 40 minutes still to go. We've got, is this Blackpool Combat Club against Nakazawa and... Tim said, I don't know anyone that still likes Jeff. Oh, people like Jeff. He got a great pop. Nakazawa and Brandon Cutler, isn't it? Boom. His last match was May 29th, said Justin. What a return. Jeff Hardy returns to help Matt Hardy on AEW Dynamite. Okay, Blackpool Combat Club then in the ring. They've absolutely destroyed Nakazawa and Cutler. I don't think anyone's that surprised. Moxley said, don't change the channel. They're sending a message right now. Brother Nero returns. Change the channel. This is going to be gruesome, said Tahil. At least it's not Moxley. How's your night, said X Music? Well, it's all right, but weird night because I did a bit of a weird thing for the Wrestling Escape Pods, the podcast I do. Played a dating game where you go on like a speed date thing. Very strange. But a lot of fun, though. So that'll be up on Saturday. And then bit of a weird Dynamite. But yeah, a Dynamite that's resulted in the return of Jeff Hardy, which will be very welcome. People will be into that. Da-na-na. Right, spinning around. Cesaro swing. Or Claudio swing. I don't. What does he call it now? He can't call it the Cesaro swing anymore. You should call it the Swiss automatic. Brandon Cutler's got in. He's got blood all over his face. Nakazawa's got blood all over his face. Referee hasn't got gloves on, which I'm surprised at. Nakazawa's shoes are in the ring. Coach Co said, wiggle your nose, touch them to your nose, tap them to the beat of a song that flows from your head to your tippy toes. Have we strayed into nursery rhymes now? What are we doing? Shots coming in by, how's he managed to bust his head open whilst wearing a mask that covers your face? It's impressive, that is. Impressive. Shots coming in. We got Moxley going against the ropes. Those shoes are still in there. Cutler colliding into Moxley. Moxley should not be struggling in this match against Brandon Cutler. Come on. Come on. What's he wobbling around for? Big lariat there by Moxley. Death Rider. It's got to be it. It needs to be it, says the commentators. These two stomping away. Why does Cutler Nakazawa versus Blackpool Combat Club do? How does this further anything? I understand them feuding with the Elite, but this is unnecessary. Days was someone into Uranus. I think we've all been into Uranus, mate. I appreciate all the planets. They're dead. They're dead. Where's the cowboy? Okay, Moxley getting back in the ring. Ring-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. Booze for Blackpool Combat Club. Oh, big pop. Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega said he wasn't there, but he's there. Kenny Omega. He's hanging back. I'm guessing the Bucks are going to come out. There's the Bucks. Young Bucks, super kicks. Bit brave, isn't it, to not advertise them if you've got them, just so you can do this surprise. Omega. Bucks are cleared. The Elite are there. The Elites. The Elites. The Elites. The Elites. Right, Moxley in the ring. Bucks. Blackpool Combat Club need help. They're outnumbered. Here comes Punk. Let's go. Let's go. Kenny is in the ring. He has got a case. They're saying no. Why not? A screwdriver. Let's roll out the ring, Moxley. Get out the ring. Let's get out the ring, mate. You got loads of time. Get out there. Look, you could go under that bottom rope. That bottom rope there. Go under that. Just roll out. Roll out. He did, thankfully. It turns out Cesaro was out there all along. Could have grabbed him at any point. They retreat. Matt still has torn triceps, but he's doing therapy instead of surgery, says Heather. Make him humble, Kenny. What's he got? What's he got? Just this massive thing. I don't know where that's come from. Did someone chuck a drink? Did they chuck a drink? Blackpool Combat Club chucked a drink at the Elite. We got some very angry men backstage. Flying beers? Oh, it's all kicking off, mate. It's all kicking off. Right. Swerve, that's not a phone, you silly bloke. Got his boot. Hello? Hello? I just can't get any reception, you know. Hello? 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 This ain't working. That's right. What does GMSI stand for on Brian Cage's trunks? I don't know what that stands for. Here's Rio. Why feud with former champions, not the current champion? AEW is confusing, said Tim. Here's Sky Blue and Rio. Here's Sky Rio. Here's Rio Blue. Blue Rio. Is Blue Rio. Blue Rio. Versus the Outcasts. Here's Saraya. I don't even know if Saraya... Was Saraya on the graphic? I don't even know if she was on the graphic. Was she on the graphic? Maybe she was, like, in the background? In my mind, I was like, I don't remember seeing Saraya on this graphic. This is like a Where's Waldo. No, hang on. I'm going to make it big just so you can see her. There she is. They could have had her, like, a bit bigger, like, in the background. Like, even a third woman just in the background. There she is, look. Oh, there she is. Found her. Found her. This is our next match, guys. Rio and Sky Blue versus the Outcasts, Ruby Soho, Tony Storm. Never really think about it, but I was just looking at Sky Blue's nails there, and I was like, they're long, they're sharp. Can't wrestle with them on, can you? I'm just looking now. I don't think she is, to be honest. Ruby and Tony. Cartwheel over the top. Against the ropes goes Ruby. Ruby holding on. Kick to the back there. But, oh, my God. Ruby's letting it all hang out this evening. Damn. Does Ruby not... Ruby doesn't normal wrestle in this gear, does she? Is this new Outcasts gear that she's rocking? Double drop kick there by Rio and Sky Blue. Rio and Sky Blue against the Outcasts with Saraya. Yes. Rio going up top, crossbody. Down goes Tony and Ruby. Don't go anywhere. Picture in picture. Days, why you call Censor? That's his name, but he is Claudio. No, I said Cesaro Swing. That's what it was known as. I actually don't know what they called it now. So I say it's not called the Claudio Swing, is it? I don't know. I actually don't know what they call the move. I thought the same thing. Should Athena join Outcasts? Yeah, why not? Put all the ex-WWE women together, all of them. How big would that group be then? Actually, don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Ty Conti's ex-WWE. So she'd have to go in there. Athena is, Ruby is, Tony is, Saraya is. Is there any others? Are there any other women? Oh, Serena Deeb. She'd go in there. AEW's women division is boring. They call it you spin me right round, baby. Imagine if the crowd were singing that as they did it. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. That'd get over, Ruby in control. She's having a great time. Pretty sure WWE failed so bad they had to sell the company, said Corvids. That's it. WWE failed so hard that they sold up. I feel like there will be a blood and guts match. The Elite against Blackpool Combat Club, said Jacqueline. Sarah Del Rey. She's there. She's not in AEW, is she? Sarah Del Rey. She's still a trainer, isn't she? Doesn't she still work at the Performance Center? Or did she leave? Sarah Del Rey. She is currently employed by WWE. Yeah, she's still there. She's still with WWE. Unless Wikipedia is lying to me. And it might be, in all fairness. Rio rolling up Ruby. Sting Goldberg, main event of Double or Nothing. Can't wait, says Noah. Sky Blue charging over. Against the ropes goes Ruby. Knee strike there by Sky Blue. Ruby rolling over. To the outside goes Ruby. Tony Storm catching Sky Blue. The shot coming in. Sky Blue going over by the ropes. Against the ropes goes Tony. Sky Blue moves out the way. Tony goes to the outside. Kick there by Sky Blue. Tell you what, Sky Blue's causing these girls all kinds of troubles, isn't she? Causing them all kinds of problems. Wikipedia gets changed every 2 minutes, said Big Time Baxter. 1, 2. Oh. Sky Blue almost getting the pin. I've got Rio was in this match. I haven't seen Rio in about half hour. Stomp there by Rio. Big boot there by Tony. Rio goes down. Super kick by Sky Blue. Sky Blue going around the back of Ruby. Rio looking for a crucifix. German suplex by Tony on Sky Blue. Sky Blue goes down. Tony. Oh, man, that collision looks hard, doesn't it? That collision does. 2, 3. Was that a Storm Zero? Right, Ruby Soho. Is that little pile driver a Storm Zero? I don't remember that being a Storm Zero. Just me. It's probably me. I'm a boomer. I'm getting old. Put Tony Storm next to GG Dolan. That's all I'm saying, says Horror King Mayhem. They've got the spray paint. They got the spray paint. Boo. We're going to spray Rio with an L for a loser. Ah! Loser! Yeah. Bang. L for loser. They should just spray it in her ear. Like that. Jamie Hayter's come down. She's getting attacked. Spray paint her as well. Loser. Spray it in the mouth. In the mouth. It's probably toxic. Here's Britt Baker. She's coming down on her own as well. Attack her. She's a loser. Oh, she almost slips. Saraya in the ring. Shots coming in. Jamie Hayter's still down. Outcasts are not stealing from the NWO. Britt is the best, said Austin. She's a loser. She's about to get jobbed out. DMD chance. Kick to the midsection. Saraya goes down. Against the ropes. Going for a curb. She couldn't even do that. Stupid dentist. Britt's going to turn on Hayter. That'll be a good match, man. That'll be a really good match. Britt and Jamie Hayter. She's not a loser. She's a loser. Britt Baker is overrated. Get her away from my TV, said Hurricane Mayhem. Britt and Saraya are throwing bones. Outcast is better than Outcast, said Tim. Right, coming up next, Keith Lee against Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho against Lee. Keith Lee and Jericho, main event. Anyone watching the Bulls game, like I said, instead, like sometimes, not all, and some people, not all, as we know, like some things, not all, and some people, not all. As always, and always was like something's not, said Wham. All. Wham. You nailed it, mate. You absolutely nailed it. I agree. How long have I been saying that? Britt is hurt. Loser. Britt ain't nothing but Charlotte Flair. The Outcasts are better, says Moolah. I don't understand why Keith Lee started dyeing his hair white, says Corvids. Same reason I do. It's to be cool. It's to be cool. It's the same reason. I mean, you see the little bits here. It takes ages to do that. Every morning when I get up, I have to get like a special comb and like comb it all in because it's jet black. Really jet black. I have to like every morning. But you just, these are the sacrifices you have to make. You know what I mean? You're a winner, Days. Austin, shout out to you. WWE AEW fans said the ex-WWE women's faction would be Athena, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, Leva Bates, Madison Rayne, Maria Kanellis, Marina Shafir, Mercedes Martinez, Rebel, Ruby, Saraya, Serena Deeb, CDT. It's probably not the right way to go then, is it? In all fairness. Probably not the right way to go. It's probably too big. Even his hair decided to change white. Those grey hairs make you look very wise for a 21-year-old. So cool, it's why I do it. What I found was when I just had jet black hair and I did videos, I got about 20 views. As soon as I just put a little bit of wisdom in there, that's what I like to call it. A bit of wisdom. People are like, oh, this guy knows what he's on about. That's it. I mean, if you actually listen to what I say, I ain't got a flipping clue what I'm on about, but it's the grey hairs that make people go, do you know what? Yeah, he might have a point. He might have a point. He's been around the track a few times. And that's the secret. That's exactly why Keith Lee does it as well. Exactly the same. So that when he does a promo, people are like, do you know what? Hang on, let me listen to this. This guy's clearly been around. This guy, look at the hair. He knows a thing or two. There is 3 more. There's 3 more. 3 more what? 3 more matches. 3 more matches. Let's go. AEW all night, every night. But he is wise and limitless. Days took inspiration from Keith Lee. Actually, Keith Lee took inspiration from me. Used to be a regular viewer on the streams. True story. Actually, not a true story. I definitely don't want to start that. He's never been on the streams in his life. That's why he looks so old. There's been a lot of misspellings as of late. It's education, mate. It's not being prioritized the way that it should. Here's Jericho making his way down. That's why he's facing Jericho, because he is the superior wizards. Wizard versus wizards. Oh, imagine if Daniel Radcliffe was in this match. We could have wizard versus wizard versus wizard. There was a 1970s band that had a big Christmas hit called Wizard in the UK. They could be in this match as well. We could have a Wizard fatal 4-way. Does it feel like AEW tonight gave us a lot of nothing matches and segments, but at the end, each one got washed out with good surprises? I think... I don't know if they're doing a bit of an experiment, to be honest. Because they didn't advertise the books. They didn't advertise Britt Baker. They didn't advertise Jamie Hayter. They didn't advertise Kenny Omega. They didn't advertise Wardlow. So there could be a bit of an experiment here. Look at his cape. He is limitless. Keith Lee making his way down to the ring. There's a sign that says "You're mid." That person's been holding this sign up throughout the whole show. Keith Lee looks old, doesn't he, man? He does look old. It looks like he's in his 50s. But Bearcat Lee. Oh man. Bearcat. Wizard was the band that Roy Wood formed after he left ELO. Facts. Okay, so we got Keith Lee in the ring with bask in his glory. Oh, bask in his glory. Emi Sakura against Taya Valkyrie. Briscoe, Lethal, Jarrett, and Singh all in action as well. Just talk about what's happening on Rampage. Chops coming in by Jericho. Shoulder tackle. Days, why do people like Big Cass and Mia Yim? They've got terrible names. Big Bill and Meechin. Where do they come up with these names? In all fairness, I mean, even if you look at WWE, we've got the likes of flipping Doudrop, Moss, Doudrop. You know, there's plenty to look at over there and roll your eyes from the promotion that gave us Shorty G. So I don't know. I think when there's just, to be honest, I think there's so much that you have to do: music, names, storylines, promos. There's so much you have to do. Like it's probably just not believable that you're going to hit the bullseye every single time. You know, you're going to strike out a few times, aren't you? So, you know, for every compelling blood and guts match, there's someone being named Big Bill. But Bandido purposely signed with AEW because he wanted a lighter schedule, says Heather. Horror King Mayhem said, did you hear Bandido wanted to go to WWE? I definitely could see him. Oh, I think that's already been debunked. Michael said, Amos is short for his name. Yeah, it still doesn't make it a good name, though, does it? Amos still isn't something that I think you can still be creative and come up with something better. Keith Lee could be the new Hagrid. Zoom Station says fire Tony. Keith Lee as a woman versus Jade Cargill. Imagine 50-year-old looking boomer Keith Lee being the woman everyone thought would face Brock Lesnar and challenge Roman. Yeah, that's still a great moment when he comes down, though, and Brock looks at him and goes, big boy. Like, you know, people are still excited for that. That was, at the time, that was probably the Gunther Brock equivalent, you know? People had high hope for Keith Lee when he first came up. I did as well. But Amos gets a Nigerian pass for his name. Michin is a Korean nickname, and Mia Yim is part Korean. Keith Lee spills to the outside. Jericho puts his arm in the air as we go, probably picture in picture. Sounds like Fraser Crane and looks like Martin Crane. So Keith Lee on the outsides. Dragon Lee is supposed to be Rush's younger brother, says Paulie. Shaquem said Days Poo Poo is the next new name. Could be, but... Mike said they used Michin as a nickname and calling her that name. Sunny Kiss is just not getting booked. Probably, is Sunny Kiss still on like Dark and Elevation and whatever? Shot to the midsection. And again by Jericho. Into the barricades. Goes Keith Lee. It's a weird gimmick, this, isn't it? Gimmick. It's a weird main event. Don't feel like there's much heat between these two. I think, wasn't there just like a little segment last week? And that was it. The reason I say that is because could we see someone else come out? Because we have seen a lot of that tonight. Weird little match, then someone comes out after, a weird little segment, someone comes out. Sting came out during the promo, Wardlow after the Powerhouse Hobbs thing, Kenny Omega, Young Bucks. Could we see? I mean, it would fit the theme of the night, wouldn't it? But who would come out? Who would come out at the end of this? But Britt to have a Roman Reigns title reign. Swerve will come out, said JoJo. Jericho with his knee. Could it be Adam Cole, baby? Adam Cole? Was there some tease between Adam Cole and Jericho? I don't remember anymore. Adam Cole for the save. Adam Cole to appear. Okay, I think we're all on the same... Well, some of us are on the same page here. Adam Cole popped into my head. Got coming in by Jericho. I can't take Sonny Kiss seriously as a wrestler for some reason, said Jim. Joe said, I think Adam Cole will come out. Adam Cole is feuding with Jericho. Right, it'll be Adam Cole Bebe then. We'll have the Adam Cole Bebe moment. Right, we are back from commercial break. We got 9 minutes till Adam Cole comes out. Adam Cole, baby. Adam Cole hasn't been interesting since he debuted, said Tim. James said, funny how people think they know everything, but they know F all. Well, I know Adam Cole's coming out. That's what I know. You mark my words. You write that down on a bit of paper. It's happening. I have never been more certain of anything since I was certain Cody was going to win at WrestleMania. Barry Horowitz is going to make the save, says Tim. Lion Salt by Jericho. 1, 2. Kick out by Keith. Story time. Kyle said, I know Ethel. Yeah, that's the way to be, Kyle. Embrace it, Kyle. Embrace it. That's the way to be. I'm the same. I know Ethel as well. Me and Kyle know Ethel. If I was a key on a keyboard, I would be F-all. Shoulder tackle. Jojo said 90% Cody would win. In all fairness, I did give myself that 10% wiggle room, didn't I? I did give myself that 10%. So excuse me whilst I feel a little bit smug. If you was going to be a wrestler, who would your dream opponent be? Kayla Braxton. Small, isn't she? Small. She looks beatable. Get the win. Get the dub. I know L-all, said LS dub. Shoulder tackle by Keith Lee. Justin said, my name is Muffin and I don't know nothing. 10% was too low. What a jobber, said Austin. There's no comeback. I can't come back with anything, can I? My hands are tied on that one. Jericho lands on his feet. Rolls up Keith Lee. Shoulder up there by Keith. Aubrey Edwards in there. Watching the action. Calling the action. Still no news on the game, is there? Probably wise to wait a little, though, in regards to the game, because it's not that long ago that WWE 2K came out. And I've got to think if you're into wrestling, it's probably a chance you pick that up. So, wait a little bit. Let people get bored of that. And then maybe drop AEW Fight Forever in the summer, maybe. If not, Christmas. It's got to be out before Christmas, hasn't it? The amount of stuff that changes, though, with wrestlers coming and going and whatever. Do you reckon like all they're doing is just constantly updating the roster? Soraya and what? The Outcasts. Oh, we haven't got that. Okay, fine. Keith Lee's got what? Grey hair now. Oh, God. 1, 2. Oof. Well, all I can say is thank God Ethan Page is still with Matt Hardy and we've still got that faction sorted. What? That's probably the problem, isn't it, with wrestling games? Just constantly moving forward, isn't it? Are you attending All In? No. I do plan on streaming it, though. Horror King Mayhem said, my pops can't believe Jericho is still wrestling after all of these years. He says he doesn't look the same anymore. The men in this main event are a combined 90 years old. I wish one was 90 and one was like a week old. No, I don't wish that, actually. Take that back. Do I wish that? I mean, I'd watch it. I wonder what the funniest... What's the youngest you can be? 16? Can you wrestle at 16? So that would mean, what, a 16-year-old against a... What do you say? Combined age of 90? So there'd be a 16-year-old against a 74-year-old. Yeah, that's 16 against 74-year-olds. That would be like Dominic against what? Ric Flair? Let's go. 38 and 52. Yeah, that's rubbish. So I want 16 and 74. Shot coming in by Keith. Jericho stumbles back. Keith Lee hurling Jericho across the ring. Keith going over to Jericho, grabbing him by the arm. We've got 3 minutes for Adam Cole Bay to come down. Surprised Jeff didn't do a whole dance routine before. Yeah. Garcia, back elbow there by Keith. I don't claim to know anything, but I do have a lot of knowledge, said Irish Rebel. Irish Rebel, share some of your knowledge. Tell us one thing you know. Go on. Come on, share this knowledge. What have you got? Keith Lee. Keith Lee looks like he's crying. We just had a close-up of his face. It looked like he was crying. In the corner is Jericho. Ever-changing rosters is why wrestling comic book based on a wrestling promotion never works, said Jim. Jim, I hope you're well, buds. John said, it sounds like child abuse. That's why I changed it to the 1674 one, because I agree. I know that dirt is dirty. I'm still waiting. Where's Irish Rebel? Come on. Get him out the ring! He's disrupting this whole match! Come on, Aubrey. Oh my God, who's that? Is that Swerve? Who is that? Someone's just arrived and done something. Someone's just walloped Keith Lee. Boomer down. Boomer down. Elmo's out. Elmo's out here. Jericho wins thanks to Elmo. Where's Adam Cole? I'm 100% certain Adam Cole's coming down. 100%. Let's go. Let's go. How long we got? We got a minute. Adam Cole. Adam Cole. Adam Cole. Adam Cole. Baby, baby, baby. Yeah! Oh, baby. Oh, obvious. I'm still celebrating it, though. It's like when your team scores a goal. Yeah. Come on. He hasn't done anything, though. Adam Cole stands in the ring, looks over his shoulder. Wait, he's not even really looking over his shoulder, is he? Kind of looking to the sides. Adam Cole's like going off at Keith Lee, like saying something. Keith Lee's just wobbling back. Not like that way. I meant literally like stumbling. In his mind, he's probably thinking, shut up, I got a headache. God, why do you just keep talking? Shut up. Oh, even with the grey hair, Keith Lee is too young to be a boomer. Boomer, mate. Flipping boomer, isn't he? Flipping boomer. He was around during the war. Father's plan. 8 out of 10. Right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get... I want to know your scores. That's what I want to know. I want to know your scores. The signal from the venue has finished. It's gone. There's no more signal from the venue. Forget about it. Scores. Watch your scores. Everybody, watch your scores. All-time scores. Full-time scores. Everybody, watch your full-time scores. 575. Below. Right, 7.7 said WWE AEW fan. I can't watch this show anymore. No, it's ended. LOL. Uh, 10 out of 10. Sting. 7 says Michael. Yes, make that a song. I think we'd be going to the well too many times. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we are a one-trick pony, but I can't milk that trick too many times. Austin said 6.5. Zoom Station said 6. Grey hair Lee is just as good as before. 10 out of 10 for Sting, said Frederick. 675 said Big Time Baxter. Days AEW All Access. James said Days thinks he's funny. I am funny. Shut up. We're just going to forget that Adam Cole turned his back on the Elite. Why would he care about Keith Lee, says Horror King Mayhem. No, we are. We're just forgetting. It's exactly what we're doing. We're just forgetting anything that's happened before, and we're just going to watch what's happening now. No thinking. Forget it. 8.5 said Jacqueline. Sparky with an 8. Tommy with a 2. You can't milk a horse. I know. And it took me 3 hours to find that out. Absolutely. I was shattered. Trini said dad jokes to go with a dad bods. Me. I'm flipping ripped. What are you on about? Shut up. Carl said, I just don't see these shows getting anyone over. Days is funny. He thought Cody had a 90%. That is good. That is good. Days is funny. He thought Cody Rhodes had a 90% chance of beating Roman Reigns. AEW was good. Ain't see it like sometimes because of Ball's game, as you know, me commenting. We know. Oh, Wan. We know. That's a 10 out of 10 show. No Bray, no Barry Horowitz, but it was all right. Adam just went out to get Keith Lee and go to the back. Do you know what? He went out there to do nothing but get in Keith Lee's ear. And if I'm Keith Lee and my head's ringing, I really do not appreciate that, right? So what we just saw was Adam Cole turn heel. That was Adam Cole turning heel. Because poor Keith Lee right now, he's like, oh my God, shut up, man. I mean, don't forget he's old. He's old, so like I would imagine Adam Cole's having to shout as well because his hearing's probably going. Because once you start getting hairs that grey, do you know what I mean? And trust me, I know. Things just start failing a little bit, you know? I mean, not everything. Not everything starts failing. I'm saying. Your hearing might go. I was thinking that we would get Blackpool Combat Club versus Elite versus BC. Dang, was I wrong? Well, you was wrong because it's actually BC Gold, isn't it? It's Bullet Club Golds. Legend, Killer, shout out to you. 6 said Big Time Baxter. 6 said Choa. 8.6 says Jacqueline. Cape Core said it would actually make sense for Ty Mello to join Britt and Jamie. Yeah, but we spoke about this earlier. We don't like her. I don't like her. So would it make sense? Because I like Britt and Jamie. Think about it. Would it? Let's read on. I think they're giving more people TV time and building up others on Access. Then they'll get a big pop when they return. Yeah, but you didn't answer my concern. I really don't like Ty Mello. So why do I want to see more of her? That's my problem. That's where your suggestion falls down. We can put her with Britt and Jamie, but we've got to make her fun. She's got to tell a joke. That might work actually. If she came out and we just literally waited for her to tell a joke every week, I might find myself starting to look forward to Ty Mello segments then. Even if they're not funny, you know, that might make them funnier. I don't know. I only watched the last hour, said Serious Gaming. I bet Mia doesn't complain about it. Wow. Good point. Good point. Do you reckon the downstairs matches the upstairs? Got to ask these questions, haven't you? Got to ask these questions. Chris Statlander would be way better to put with Britt and Jamie Hayter. Paulie said, I'm falling in love with Sky Blue, says Paulie. Kieran said, 8, good story progression, but not best in-ring wrestling. And Jeff return, but the crowd was dog. I'm sorry. How did that not get picked up by some sort of... How has this stream not been shut down? The crowd was dog... I think it's pronounced Vank. I think you pronounce it Vank. I think it's like, you know, when Walter was Volta. I think it's Dog Vank. Except for the pop for Jeff, says Kieran. Kieran, thank you. Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate the thoughts. Shakeem, shout out to you. Juan said, never done it before. Big Time Back said, Elon Musk only brought Twitter for legal reasons. Okay. Good. This stream ends in 5 minutes. It does. And in many ways, we could have ended it earlier. Do you know what I mean? But I just wanted to get people's thoughts. You'll call people wrestling marks, but you're on a wrestling stream, said James. I tell you what, shots are being fired. Mr. Chonk said, why are AEW just going over old storylines of Keith and Swerve, Hobbs and Wardlow? They need to mix it up. Drop him on his supple little neck days, said Justin. Make you humble. Yeah, go full on Iron Sheik. Let's do it. Days, you mean does the carpet match the drapes? You know it. You know it. I wonder if, it's not something I've ever thought about is Keith Lee's drapes. But I'm thinking right now, I'm not only thinking about it, but I'm picturing it. I wonder what Keith... And it's something that I feel like I might have to tweet out. I wonder what Keith Lee's drapes look like. At Mia Yim. Dear at Mia Yim. Me and my friends were just wondering, what does at Keith Lee's drapes look like? Please respond. What happened tonight? Did Tony announce a match in the Vatican? Yes. Yes, he did. It's going to be so exciting. I didn't even realize the show was over. I jumped in at 8:45 and I didn't know it was over until I blinked, says Defcon Eric. Ain't no till now because no one told me. First time now. Juan, shout out to you. Wise man, let me kiss those ladies' lips down there. Juan, have you had a drink, buds? Hey? You had a baby sham? It's all settled down. We've all had a drink. Hey? We're all having a lovely chat. We're all having a lovely evening. Calm down. My waffle drapes look like... Okay. Looks like the island off the coast of Haiti. My waffles drapes looks like the island off the coast of Haiti. Now that might... Listen... That might mean something to the kids. That doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know who your waffle is. I don't know why their drapes look like the island off the coast of Haiti. I don't even know what that means. If I've offended someone there, I mean, first of all, I don't care. But second of all, I do apologize as well. But I have no idea what that means. So if there are any waffles watching, I'm sure you've got lovely drapes. Right, yeah, Brandon's confused, and I'm confused as well. Serious Gaming said some of these are just straight out drunk comments. I know. I feel like before we get cancelled, we become an X channel, we probably should look to wind this up. Let's get the thoughts coming in, though, and scores 7 to 775, 38%. 8 to 10, 27%. 6 to 675, 17%, and 575 or below, 16%. Boom. There we go. We are done. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate the support as always. Obviously, we started a bit later than usual. That'll just be an exception. But yeah, we are back on Friday for SmackDown. Should be a really good SmackDown. I'm looking forward to it. I think we've got Bloodline on there. And are we ever going to see Bray again? I hope so. So SmackDown coming up. And then actually don't know what's going on this weekend. But I know that we've got UFC. And I think there might be boxing as well. Might be busy. We'll find out. I'm off to find out what colour Keith Lee's drapes are. Keep it real. Appreciate the support. And I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.